everyone, and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm sharing a relaxing string art DIY project that I'm putting together using all materials that I already have on hand. I'm doing a little craft my stash. So I'm starting out using my Cricut to create heart shapes, which will be the foundation of the string art. Starting with the first heart, I'm just measuring it to get it centered in the middle of this board. And I had some wood on hand already. I just cut it down to the sizes that you're going to see here. And I'm going to place dots going around the heart as evenly spaced out as possible. So I'm kind of eyeballing this part and just placing dots along the outline of the heart. And after I was done with this process, I realized that I made too many dots. They were much too close together. So in the end, I end up using every other dot for the final steps. And then around the border of the board, I went around and placed dots evenly spaced as well. But for this one, I used a ruler. I counted 6 spaces and then I placed a dot. So I just counted 6 lines on the ruler and placed a dot. I'm not exactly sure what that measures out to be, but I did this across the top, down the sides, and across the bottom. And I'm showing here the 3 colors of string that I'm going to be using for this project. Here I'm going through and I'm putting the nails in. I'm just placing those in each of the dots going around the border of the board. And moving on to the next one, I'm using this heart to create 3 heart shapes on this board. I've already dotted in the first one and I'm just showing how I'm preparing the second one and placing those dots. And went down the row and created that third dotted heart as well. And then just filled in the nails. As you can see here, this is the progress until they were all filled in. And now I'm just taking the string. The white string was the thinnest, so I'm using 3 strands, and this is how long the first set was. So I just tied a knot on the bottom of the heart and then proceeded to wrap the string around the nails. And this is the fun part. There's no set way to do this. You just crisscross the string all over the open space until everything is pretty much filled in. So I'm trying to make sure that I wrap each nail at least one time with this first set of strings. So again, this is a 3-strand cord. Then I just wanted to make sure that there was enough of the color to make an impression. This is going to be on my front door, on one of my front doors, and I'm making the second one to match it, which is going to go on my other front door. So I'm using the same colors for each of these pieces and just starting with the white string first, and then I'm going to move on to the green. That first set ran out and I wasn't satisfied that it was filled in enough, so I just cut 3 more and I'm just going over it a little bit more. Again, I just want to make sure I go over each of the nails, and then when I get to the end, I'm just using the glue. And now moving on to the green string, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm pretty sure I used 3 strands for this one as well. This one wasn't as thin as the white one, but I didn't think 2 was thick enough, so I did 3 as well for this one, I'm pretty sure. And doing the same steps here. Cutting it off, and now I'm using a single strand of string I decided to just cover it one more time with a single strand because I thought that would give it a little bit of a contrast, and I think it does do that. Just going around doing the same thing, and I'm trying to go around each nail with the single strand. And I'm going to go back and do this with the white. I didn't do that originally, and then I'm going to do the same thing for the one underneath. And now I'm going around the border of the heart just to outline it. I think this makes it stand out a little bit better. So I'm wrapping it around each nail and then going across, and wrapping around once and then going across to the next one. And then I'm ending here, just adding a little bit of glue, wrapping it around, and then cutting off the excess. And I'm just showing really quick this last one. I did the same steps. This one I only used 2 strands of this bluish teal color because this was the thickest string. And I'm showing how I'm going over it with this single piece of string. And the last step is to go around the border as well, wrapping each nail once and then going to the next one until it's all completely outlined. And cutting off the excess, and then this one is all done. And I'm just gluing any little pieces that may be sticking out. So here's the final result. This one is going to go on the front door that we don't typically use. And now I'm moving on to the second one. So I have marked it off how I'm going to section off the colors. So this first is going to be the white, this middle section is going to be the green, and this last section is going to be the tealish blue color. And then I'm going to bring that down to line up with these nails here. So this section here will align with the middle section. These 4 here will go with the left side. And then these nails here will go over here with the right. And then I'll continue around the sides of the heart and down the sides and the bottom of the board. So I'm showing how I'm starting here with the white and bringing that down. And because of course there's more nails going around the border than there are hearts, some of them are doubled and tripled and even 4 times around on the inner hearts. So I guess you can see how that's going, connecting all together. And then I'm dragging the string across the top to seal in that section, and I'm going to do the same thing with the green. So I'm doubling up these nails here. And then once I get to the top, I'm just going to wrap that around to connect where it started and then gluing it all in place. And that's how I'm going to go. And then I'm just going to show how I'm going forward with the rest of it, continuing with that same pattern. And in the back, I put some cardboard because some of the nails were sticking out. And then I added some screws to hang it. So I'm doubling up this string and I'm going to use this to hang it. And I did the same thing on both pieces. And here's the result. And the cardboard is hot glued to the back of each board. And then the screws are going through that. And then the string is hanging on the screws, and that's hanging on a command hook on each door. And here's an up-close view of the second piece on the other door. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment below if you like, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.